Hello beautiful people, welcome to Sewing with Damara. In this tutorial we'll be learning how to cut and sew this beautiful underbust corset dress exactly as seen on your screen. If you love sewing tutorials like this and you love dresses like this, you want to hit on your subscribe button if you haven't. During the course of this tutorial you can leave any questions you have in the comment section and I'll be attending to that. Now let's get right into this. In the previous tutorial, we went ahead with the drafting and the cutting of this pattern. If you haven't seen that, I'll be putting the link in my description box so you can easily check that out. Now this right here is our cup 1, which is the center part, and this here is the cup 2, which is the side cups. I've gone ahead to iron my interfacing on each of these pieces. I also have my underbust corset part here, and I also ironed my interfacing to each piece. Now for the back piece, we also went ahead the cutting of the back piece in the previous tutorial, and I've also ironed my interfacing, but I did that just on the lining. So you can decide to iron your interfacing both on the lining and on the fabric. Now let's go ahead and join all these pieces together. I'll be taking out my lining and we'll be working on just the fabric. But note that whatever you are doing to the main fabric is the same thing you'll be doing to the lining, okay? Now here, this is the center cups and this is the side cup. What we'll be doing here is to join the center and the side cup together. And to do that, you're going to place your center cup right side facing the side cup like this. I'll go ahead and pin this down to show you guys what you're going to do. So what you'll be doing here basically is to stitch this down using 0.5 inch stitching allowance. I'll just quickly do that on the other side. So you'll be stitching this down using 0.5 inch stitching allowance, and make sure to do the same thing to your lining. On the back piece, take out your lining and place it on the right side of your fabric, just like I'm doing here. So I'm going to pin down the areas where we'll be stitching down. And you'll be stitching this down using 0.5 inch on this neckline, and to the zipper allowance you stitch it down using about 0.25 inch. After stitching this down, you can see how this came out. Make sure that you make a notch around your bust point and iron the seams open, just like I've done here. As you can see, I did this to both the lining and the fabric. Now what you're going to do is to join these two pieces together, okay? Now place them right sides facing each other. I'm going to pin it down around this area. You'll be stitching this down together using 0.5 inch stitching allowance. Coming to the back piece, what you're going to do here is to mark out your dart. I forgot to notch my dart point, but that's fine. Make sure that you do this on the wrong side, okay? That is on the lining side. So what I'll just be doing is to trace out my dart. So you can see how I'm doing this, and do yours the same way. After tracing it out, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Now you can see what we have. The reason why I'm tracing it out like this is to make it easier for me to stitch down, okay? So you're going to go ahead now and stitch down your dart. Another thing I'm going to be doing, this is totally optional. I decided to add a little design on the neckline, okay? So I have this piece of fabric which is about 1.5 inch wide. So what I'm going to do is to use this to create a bias. So I'm going to fold it into two like this, and I'm going to further fold it into two and give it a really good press. What I'll be doing with this is to use this to finish the neckline. I'm just going to put it on the neckline like this, and I'm going to use it to finish up the neckline on the back piece. For the underbust corset, just take out your lining and your pattern paper. What we'll be doing here is to draw out the lines that we'll be using to create the channels. So obviously here, the midpoint here is obvious because you can see the line. I'm just going to use my chalk to just outline this to be visible. So after doing that, on this side, I'm going to come out from this line by 2.25 inch. You can also go ahead and use 2 inches. Now I'm going to mark this across like I'm doing here and connect with a straight line. After this line, I'll also come out by another 2.25 inch and connect with a straight line. I still have space there, so I'm going to repeat the same thing for one more line. Now make sure that this line doesn't get to your stitching allowance. Make sure that it is way far from your stitching allowance, like you can see mine here, okay? I'll repeat the same thing on the other side of the fabric. So after doing that, I have like about 7 lines here. So to create the channel, I have this piece of fabric which I have cut out using about 1.5 inch. And what you'll be doing here is to fold this fabric into two, and you are going to give this a really good press. Now coming to the machine, I'm going to show you guys how to create your channel very easy and very fast. So taking this fabric here, you are going to place it on this side, making sure that you don't place it directly on the line. Just move away a little bit from the line. You can see how I'm doing that, and make sure that it is the open part of this fabric that you placed here. So you'll be stitching this down all the way to the down part. Like I said earlier, make sure that it's not exactly on this line, and the reason why I'm saying this is because if you place it exactly on the line, the channel will not be in the middle anymore. So to make it to be in the middle, you have to do it this way. After doing that, you are going to take this and fold this to this other side, and you also stitch this down like this. After stitching it down, you can see here that the channel is actually in the middle. This is why you have to place this the way I said you should. I will also be running a stitch on this other side to secure everything in place. Now after running the stitch, you can see how that came out. This is how easy it is for you to create your channels. Now go ahead and do the same thing on these other lines that you drew here. After creating all the channels, you can see how this came out. The next thing you are going to do now is to join this together. Now to join this together, place this right sides facing each other like this. Okay, you are going to place it together at the midpoint, and the midpoint is quite obvious here. So make sure you do it like I'm doing here and align it properly. Go ahead and pin down this side here. You'll be stitching this down using 0.5 inch stitching allowance. So after stitching this part down, you go ahead and repeat the same thing on the other side. So after creating this, you can see how beautiful this came out. This is what yours should look like. Now the next thing you're going to do here is to bring in your lining and place it right sides to the fabric. I'll be pinning this down around the neck area. What you'll be doing here is to stitch this down using 0.5 inch stitching allowance. After stitching this down, make sure that you make a notch around your neckline and trim off the excess. Turn this over to the right side and give this a really good press. After doing that, I also made sure that I made a stitch by the sides just to secure the fabric and the lining together so they don't just move around and look scattered. Okay, the next thing you're going to do now is to insert your boning, and to insert the boning, I'll be using this Reginine boning here. Just simply insert it into the boning channels you created and trim off the excess. Make sure that your boning is 0.5 inch shorter than the channels you created, especially if you are using a plastic bone, and also make sure that you melt the edges of your boning so it doesn't make you feel uncomfortable or poke from the inside of your channel. After inserting the boning, make sure you give it a good press, just like I have done mine here. You can see how flat this is looking. Now the next thing you're going to do here is to attach the upper part to the lower part. The style of the lower part of the skirt part you want to use is totally up to you, but if you want to make something like mine, I have the tutorial already up on my channel. I'll put the link on the description box so you can check that out. Okay, so go ahead and notch the midpoint of your skirt part like this. This is just to help us to get an accurate, center part for the Basque waistline. Now place the upper part on the skirt part, making sure that the waists are together like this. You need to make sure you align this properly so your back waist doesn't go one side. This is really important. That's why I'm trying to take my time here. So just outline the back waistline on the skirt part like I'm doing. I'll also be connecting a line from this notch point to that pointed area just to ensure that everything is, in the middle. Go ahead and cut this out, but while cutting this out, you need to make sure that you don't cut it out exactly on the line. Cut it out leaving about 0.5 inch above that line. What you'll be doing here simply is to join these two pieces together. So just place the upper part on the right side of the lower part like this, making sure that the pointy edges are together. Now you're going to pin this down just like I am doing here. You'll be stitching this down using 0.5 inch stitching allowance, and after you are done with this side, then you're going to repeat the same thing on the other side. Make sure that you do it for one side first, and then you go ahead and repeat the same thing on the other side. On the back piece, to help to reduce zipper bulge, another thing I'm going to do is to go up from this point here by 0.5 inch. I'll be connecting it into the waistline, so you can see how I'm doing that. Go ahead and cut this off. Now I'm going to place it on the right side of my skirt part. Make sure that when you are stitching it down, that the dart point on the upper part and the dart point on the lower part is aligning. Okay, after creating this, you can see how beautiful this came out. Make sure that you make a notch at this point here, this pointy edge, so it will lay flat in front. I'm going to bring in my back piece, and as you can see here, like I said earlier, make sure that the dart points are together. Of course, by the side it might have extra fabric, but if you took out your measurements accurately, this is not a problem. Okay, you can see this other one here that the dart points are together. So place them right sides facing the front piece. What you'll be doing here basically is to join it at the shoulder, and to do that you are going to open this up like this, lining to lining and fabric to fabric, just exactly as I'm doing, and you are going to pin this down on both sides. Stitch this down using 0.5 inch stitching allowance. After stitching this down, this is what it looks like. The next thing you're going to do here is to insert your zipper, and to do that, first of all, you're going to determine how long you want your zipper to be. For me, I'll be using 17 inches, so I'm just going to mark that there. I will insert my zipper all the way to this point, and then I'm going to close up the remaining part up to this point, and the rest is going to be my slit. After inserting the zipper, you can see how beautiful this is. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to insert my sleeves. I've already gone ahead to cut out my sleeves. I cut this out using a basic sleeve pattern. If you don't know how to cut out a basic sleeve pattern as a beginner, I have a tutorial already on my channel. I'll also put the link in the description box so you can check it out. Okay, so now just go ahead and notch the midpoint, and how to insert this is just to simply place the right side of the sleeve to the right side of your fabric, making sure that the notch is on the shoulder joining. You go ahead and pin this down all the way around and stitch it down using 0.5 inch stitching allowance. I'm just stitching down my sleeves here, and the next thing I'm going to do is just to take out your body measurement on this fabric and stitch it down, starting from the sleeve all the way into the length of your dress. After stitching this down, you can see this how beautiful this came out. I decided to add a flare to my sleeve. Now, if you do not know how to, attach a flare to your basic sleeve, leave a comment in the comment section if you want me to create a tutorial on that. Okay, make sure to give your fabric a good press. Make sure to hem all the points you need to hem. Make sure to trim out all the threads which are poking out or from one place or the other. We have come to the end of this tutorial, guys, and this is how easy it is to actually stitch this together. I hope this tutorial was really helpful. Make sure to hit on the like button, to share this to family and friends who you think we need this. Also turn on your post notification to know when my next tutorial is out. I'll see you guys in my next one.